So, is retiring in France really all croissants and beautiful views? And what is it really like as a retiree here in Les Dorat, France? So, if you're new here, this is Becoming Rachel, a place for women who are 50, 60, 70, and even 80, who are ready to embrace new possibilities, who's ready to reinvent their lives and to discover that it's never too late for a new beginning. Whether you're dreaming of moving abroad, traveling more, creating financial freedom, or just living your best life, this is the place for you. So, welcome. So, is it really as wonderful as a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers pretend that it is? Is France really a great place to retire to? That's the $1,000,000 question that I'm going to answer for you. So let me start by saying this. Have I experienced challenges in the last 25 days? So it's been approximately 25 days since we received since the start of our residency here in France. And during those 25 days, we moved into a new little apartment that we're in the process of renovating. So have we faced challenges? Absolutely. One challenge was we moved to France during their record high heat wave, literally their hottest day on record. And was that a challenge? Absolutely. Another challenge has been, as part of that challenge, if you know anything, or as you will learn about France and other parts of Europe, air conditioners just aren't a thing everywhere. And of course, this little house or little apartment that we moved into does not have an air conditioner. And central air, I don't think I've ever seen central air in Europe. So if you're coming from someplace like America and you're expecting central air, don't. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. And will you spend a lot of time sweating? Yes, you absolutely will. But I think in time you'll adjust, or at least you'll get used to sweating. So, all right. So that's a challenge. Another challenge has been the language. But not when you're so much when you are talking to people in person, because of course, you have your Google Translate and you have other translation apps which seem to work really well. The problem is this. The problem is that when you set up things such as your internet, you have to speak to people on the phone. And that's when the challenge comes. Or when your delivery person wants to let you know that they're, 15 minutes away and they're speaking French and you have no idea what they're saying. Yes, that's a challenge. But the good thing is that it seems to be fairly easy to have things delivered. And if you're an Amazon girly, it's good to know that Amazon delivers to France. I've already had a couple of things delivered to Amazon. And I was actually surprised that the small things that I had delivered, they put them right in my mailbox. So I'm not sure how they did that because my mailbox has a key. So I don't know if the postal service has a key to all of the mailboxes, but Amazon was able to deliver and put my products right in my mailbox. So that was awesome. So if you're a person who feels uncomfortable when you're in situations that you don't know, then I would highly suggest that before moving to France that you do take some French lessons, because in France, unlike other places, unlike Italy, unlike Romania, not a lot of people speak English, or perhaps they speak English, they just want you to speak French, which is okay because it will force us to learn the language. So I'm all right with that. In fact, I'm looking forward to actually learning the language to become more immersed into the society, my community. So, yeah. So those are some of the challenges that we've had. But boy, oh my goodness, do we love being here in France? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the people here in France, or I should say, one of the things that I have loved so far, unlike the people in Italy, unlike the people in Romania, and unlike the people in Portugal, people in France actually speak. They actually say bonjour, and 9 times out of 10, of course, you always have your, people who don't, but people speak. And the amazing thing is that I find that a lot of time people will initiate the bonjour, where I found in Portugal, Romania, Italy, very few people actually speak. And I don't think that it is actually racism or whatever. I think it's just cultural. I think it's just cultural. So I'm not offended when people don't, when they don't speak. But I am pleasantly surprised here in France when they do every single time. And that happens regularly. So that is definitely a positive about France. Another great thing that I'm finding about France is that the medical system seems to be straightforward. So I don't know if you know, but I've had 2 total knee replacements. And so right now I'm having a little problem with my left knee. So mind you, 25 days in, I am having to seek out medical care. So I was able to go online, put in that I needed an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in knee replacements and who also speaks English. I was literally able to go online, put in that information, and schedule an appointment. Now, when I was in Portugal, we paid for a concierge service, and for Patrick and I, it was approximately $400 or so per year to have that concierge service. It's so nice here in France. to be able to just go online and put in all the criteria and, you know, select a doctor, one who speaks English, one who specializes in what I need. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I think that in that way, France is definitely tops. And also, from everything that I read, France has some of the best healthcare in the world. So that's another plus about France. And oh my goodness, the French countryside. So this past weekend, we went to Italy and we picked up our bicycles along with our air conditioner. But we picked up our bicycles. So today was the second day that we got up in the morning and we went on a bike ride. And oh my goodness, the French countryside is everything and even more than we imagined, that we hear about, that we heard about. It's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so well organized, so well maintained. It's absolutely beautiful. And here in Les Dorat, it gives you the feeling that you're cradled by all the things that you might need. You're right. As we rode around on our bicycles, we saw cows and different animals and just land and trees and beauty, and it was absolutely amazing. So, is France what we thought it would be? Absolutely. So, if you're wondering what it's really like to retire to France, it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. The other wonderful thing is that transportation is amazing. We literally can walk 9 minutes to the train station and we can go wherever we want to go. We can go south, we can go north, about 3 hours or so. We can get to Paris. There are other places that we can go. We can hop on the train and go to different doctors. If right now, yes, I'm going to see an orthopedic surgeon, so we can just hop on the train and be there in no time. But let's just say I needed to see a different type of doctor. The train can take you anywhere. And the train is also about a 9-minute walk from my house. So yes, France is absolutely amazing. So if you are wondering if France is someplace that you should consider retiring to, absolutely, absolutely. Even the visa process to moving to France was a lot easier than other places, right? When we moved to Portugal, we ended up paying an attorney, quite a bit of money to help us move to Portugal. When we moved to Romania, again, we paid an attorney to help us move to Portugal. But moving to France, we literally did it all on our own. And I think the French system is so well organized that, yes, do your research and maybe have someone that you can ask questions of if you're considering France. But I think France is one of the easier places to relocate to. And when it comes to cost of living, you can find whatever you want. You can find whatever you want. You can pay as much or as little as you want. So, what's it really like to move to France and living in France as a retiree? It's absolutely amazing. All right, so this is Becoming Rachel, and please like, comment, and subscribe. I've noticed that many of you watch my channel, however, you're not subscribed, but please subscribe because subscribing allows the YouTube algorithm to know that you like the channel and it will bring my channel up more often. So thank you. This is Becoming Rachel, and join my journey and you keep becoming.